Testing, Bob Saget. This is the Holystone HS720e. It's going to come in this nice little semi-rigid carrying case. I'm going to open it up here. This is a folding drone, and it has FPV capability. It's going to come with 2 batteries. The charger, which is up in here. Nice little charger. And it is USB-C, by the way, which is really, really nice. You have your controller, which is going to fold out. Actually, the controller feels really nice. The joysticks feel really solid. Nice return. About a really nice amount of resistance on them. And it is powered by 2 AA batteries. The drone itself is foldable. And it actually has instructions on the order in which to unfold it. So always go rear first, then fold out the front arms. They latch into place really nice. Battery slides in and clicks into place in the back. You do have a battery level indicator here. Micro SD storage on the side. I've been using a 256 gig micro SD without issue. It's been going really good. You got some floodlights on the bottom. I'll show you about those in a second. You have your optical flow, which is for if you don't have GPS on, it'll, hover nice and steady. It does have a optical image stabilization, and you can tilt the camera down. Display on the controller, you're going to have your battery level indicator for the drone and the controller. You're going to have your current mode, low or high, and then you also have your estimated distance and height. It's estimated, and I say that very kindly. It is not exact. It's just a very basic estimation of how high you are or how far away you are from the controller. It has a phone slot on top that you can fold out and put in your favorite device. And it holds it at a nice angle. One key takeoff and landing. You do have your arm and emergency stop, and you have your home button for return to home. On the top of the controller you have your photo button, which is used for taking pictures or recording video, depending on how long you hold it down. You have your high-low switch and a light bulb switch, which again I'll show you about that in a second. And then this slider right here is for your camera pitch. This over here slider does not do anything. It doesn't even spin. It's just there for looks, I guess. Push down the power button and it'll turn on. It has connected to the remote. As you can see, the lights are flashing a bunch of different colors because I have not calibrated it yet. To do calibration, you would do the whole spin it 360 3 times horizontally, and then you flip it up like this and spin it 3 times, give or take. You can see I have control over the camera, so the camera does go down to about 90 degrees and then up to what we'll call 0. For charging the batteries, you have a dual bay charger that the unit comes with. It has USB-C charging. To charge the batteries, you just slide them into this little slot right here, like that. And you can charge them one at a time. So it will charge battery 1 first. When it's done, it'll switch over to battery 2. You can also just put a battery in battery 2 and it'll charge it just fine. The lights over here will let you know the charge status. If they're solid, it's charged. If it's blinking, it's not charged. Just make sure you plug it into USB power and you're good to go. Batteries last 23 to 25 minutes, depending on how hard you're flying the drone. They do take about 5 hours to charge, though, with this charger. Whether you have one or none or both on the charger at the same time, it takes 5 hours to charge a battery. That's why I went on ahead and purchased a third battery, so that I can make sure I have plenty of flight time no matter what. By the time it adds up, you usually have about an hour of flight time with 3 batteries, which is really nice. And I can usually get whatever filming, whatever I'm using my drone for at that particular time. 3 batteries is more than enough, my experience, to get the job done. So connecting your phone to the FPV is actually really easy on this device. You're just going to connect your Wi-Fi to the network that your drone begins broadcasting when you turn it on. Then you'll open up the Ophelia Go app. There's a little QR code in the instruction manual. Hit next a couple of times, and then you can see the output of the drone, its camera, on your display here. A few more things that you can do here is, as far as the app goes, all of your additional features are going to be held in this menu right here. So you have your follow me, orbit flight, and a headless mode. I don't use headless mode, and I don't recommend that you use headless mode either. Headless mode just means that no matter which way the drone is facing, your joystick is going to control it. So even if it was facing left and away from me, if I was to hit the backwards way on the joystick, it's just going to come right backwards toward me. It's not, I mean, it's really good for beginners, but I recommend learning how to fly a drone properly without headless mode before, I just recommend don't even using that feature. You do have your return to home software keys here and here. You can take pictures from here, and if you don't have an SD card in the drone, it will record the picture or video directly to your phone. Picture resolution seems to be great, regardless of it's going to the SD card or the phone directly. Video, however, video records at 720p if you don't have an SD card in the drone, and it records, if you actually have an SD card in here when you execute the record, it's going to record at either your 1080p setting here, which is 1080p 60 FPS, which is really nice and smooth, or you have a 4K option at 30 FPS. The 720p option that records directly to your phone is 30 FPS only. While you're connected, you do have a bunch of status indicators up here. You have, whether it works or not. I'm going to connect the controller here so that message goes away. You do have the ability to look at your previously recorded videos and images on the smartphone app, as well as, if I had an SD card in here, which the SD card's sitting right there, I can actually see what the drone has on the SD card, whether it's video or photo. There is one more feature that is, I haven't used it yet, but you have the ability to do a waypoint. You can set waypoints. And fly it using that method. I haven't done that. I've never really trusted it. I don't really want the drone to go flying off on its own thinking it's trying to go to a waypoint and it doesn't actually ever make it there, and then I have to run after it and hope to recover it or hope that it listens to the return to home command. So I always fly it manually unless I'm using the follow me or the orbit flight features. I've used both of those. They work great. I haven't had any problem with them. The drone always will listen to return to home, or you can just take it out of that mode and it'll just stop and hover right where you told it not to continue the command. And that's about as much as I can show you inside as far as the drone is concerned. This is actually a really nice little unit. It flies really stable, and it does have a lot of really nice features. It has a follow me feature. It has a circle an object feature, so it'll just do circles around whatever object you set it to, and you can actually customize that. And then also we have the ability for return to home because of the GPS. You do not have to fly with the GPS. You can actually turn off the GPS and it will work just fine as long as you're close enough to the ground and don't have too much wind and stuff like that. So yeah.
Alright, so what we're doing here is the geomagnetic calibration. So I spin it around 3 times. Horizontally, and then spin it 3 times vertically. You can do it up or down. And once that's done, it's ready to fly. So I'm going to start recording. Right now I've got it in slow mode so that it's just really a relaxed flying experience. You can see how stable it is. We've got some pretty decent wind going on and it's just really stable. So we can try out some of the modes here. I'm going to put it in a higher speed. Tilt the camera down. Watch the cars go by. pretty cool. It's really far away. Checking out that there's like a water park over there, and I can tell it I hit this home button and it should return to home. See how close it lands to where it took off from. I'd say that's pretty good. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to try out some of the other features. I'm going to do the circle me, but the first thing I need to do is take off. So take off, and I'm going to go put it kind of far away from me here. And yep, that's me. So I'm going to kind of line up the camera facing down just a little bit. Go down here to the follow me mode. And there I am. See it work. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It'll follow me. It's a little bit jittery, but I think there's some interference going on. I noticed the video's kind of cutting in and out for the FPV, so that's pretty cool. So I'm going to exit that, and let's see if we can do orbit flight. So what it's going to do is it's just going to draw a circle kind of in that general area where it started. Which is cool. Pretty cool features. I noticed the image sensor is really good on this. It seems to be dealing with the lighting changes really well. And put it back into slow mode here, also known as tripod mode, low speed. And you can see how cinematic and slow it is. In case you can't see it on the screen, I'm going to go ahead and punch it in as a picture-in-picture. But it's just nice and slow and stable. It's amazing for this price range that you can get a quad that has this good of a camera, records at 4K, 30 FPS, 1080p, 60, has GPS, does go to home, has a bunch of other features like follow me. You can tilt the camera. It's very stable, very stable. Like, there's wind. I've got wind right now. I couldn't even fly the other drone I brought out today because of the amount of wind. And it's just neat. It's really cool. Does a really good job. I'm gonna go ahead and fly it away one more time. Put it back in high speed. And we'll send it away and then I'll bring it home. So it's easily a good 1,000 feet away. Probably more. I'm gonna rotate it. Tell it to come home.